just the basic technique a little bit. And like my favorite position from here is to use the overhook, because this is like the easiest position to get, because the person on top almost always wants to wrap an arm around their body, which makes it very easy to get this. Rather than like kind of fight for underhooks, people want to avoid getting under their arms. You kind of just let somebody get an underhook on you, and then you have a strong grip on them. Right? So I want you guys to work on getting an overhook on one side and control the wrist on the other. Right? And then, no matter what grip you use, the basics of the sweep are always the same. So I'll do it with the overhook in the wrist. Right? So my left foot is connected to his thigh, my right foot connected to his other thigh. I'm going to take my left foot and put it behind my right foot, so I have a drive there. You have one foot on the ground and one foot's going to lift. Right? Whenever you go to sweep, you don't go back. Right? I want to bring my head towards his knee. You'll see if I'm connected to him correctly, and I bring my head towards his knee, he's just automatically start his hips start to come up off the floor. Make sure you keep a drive leg on the floor so you can push, and as you push, you should be easily able to take your partner over. And ideally, when you have control of this wrist, you push it into his stomach, not out like this. If I pull it out like this, he's going to post it on the mat. So it's either going to go into his stomach, and if he posts it on the floor, and you can't push it into his stomach, you're going to pull it behind you like this. And then it's the same thing. But it's very important that you'll see if you do this, as I go to sweep and I take both feet off the ground, you're going to get really, he's going to feel like a ton of bricks in this position. But if you have a foot on the floor and you can push off it, you'll be able to move your partner fairly easily. All right, so try to avoid, when you're in this position, never have 2 feet on the floor or 2 feet in the air. You're always going to have one or the other. That's always going to give you control of the person and the ability to drive off the ground. All right? So start with an overhook. And when you take the overhook, a really strong grip, especially when there's a gi on, is to overhook and grab the gi. Right? This gives you super strong control. It's very hard for the person to get out of this. Right? Then take a grip on the wrist, push it right towards their belt. And when you go to do the sweep, bring your head towards their knee, right? On the side that you have the wrist. One foot stays on the floor to drive, the other foot is going to lift. Bring your shoulder to the mat, and when you go to finish, what you want to do is think about putting your chest towards the floor and getting your foot up in the air. And try to follow your partner up as you're laying right on top. Don't get in the habit of practicing like this. Don't go like this. And then stop. Always follow your partner up so you can do it when it's real. All right, take your overhook in the wrist. The wrist goes into his belly. Keep your body crunched up, so I'm pushing myself forward. My head comes towards his knee. My foot drives into the floor. And you should land right in the mouth. Let's drill that. 1, 2, 3.